Hi everybody, Angel here with confidencescatchy.com. Thanks for tuning in to our Throwdown Thursday. I'm sorry I'm an hour late. We're going to call this a time delay thanks to some medical challenges that my mom is having. I'll get more into that in a second. But thank you for tuning in. For those of you who are new here, my name is Angel. I'm the owner of confidencescatchy.com, and what we do is try to link people up with information on how to gain more confidence. And one of the things we're doing is this 12-week series called My Confidence Challenge, which every week we lay down a new challenge. That's what Throwdown Thursday is all about. And then you have the weekend to do that challenge, and then get back and touch base with the group on Tuesday to tell us how it all went. So thank you for joining us. Today our challenge is all about, well, it's all about that bucket list and how to kick it. Okay, so today our challenge is kicking that bucket list, and our sponsor for today's challenge is a friend of mine, Lorraine. Isn't that beautiful picture of Lorraine? Lorraine Sanborn is a representative with Isogenics. Now, some of you know Isogenics is a company that does all kinds of things, but the thing that Lorraine is known for within Isogenics is that she talks with people about healthy aging. What does it look like when you get older? How do you get to where you want to be as you get older, and how do you do that with intention? And everything that we've done in our confidence challenges here is to give you an opportunity to be conscious about the decisions that you're making and live with intention as to how you want things to turn out. And so this challenge of kicking that bucket list goes right hand in hand with all of the challenges that we've been doing over the last few weeks. So this challenge in particular, Lorraine and I talked quite a bit about what healthy aging looks like and how to reframe the idea of getting older. And I had told her that on my dream board that's here in my living room, I have this amazing picture of this woman that's probably 85 or so based on just looking at her, but she looks a lot younger than that because she's in this great pose, and I'm going to put this picture up later so you can see it. And that's kind of my epitome. I actually have it on my dream board because that, to me, is what I want to be like when I'm older. I want people to look at me and be like, oh boy, what is she up to now? Right? But there's a certain level of health that's required to do that. There's a certain level of energy and vitality that's required to have people think you might be up to no good when you're in your 70s and 80s, and worry about, like, oh boy, she stepped out of bed, the devil's scared, right? That's what we all want to be like. We want to be those cool grandmas. We want to be those cool grandpas that are out there doing fun things with their grandchildren and having a great time. And Lorraine and I talked about, that's something that you have to build with intention. It doesn't just happen. Some people have great genes and they make it to 80, 90 years old and they have everything working perfectly. And other people are just, they don't think about it ahead of time, right? But the rest of us, we have to give it a little thought and we have to give it a little intention, and that's what this challenge is all about. So our challenge for this week, for Throwdown Thursday, is for you to reimagine, or maybe for the first time, imagine what aging means to you. What does healthy aging mean to you? And here's the things that we want you to do around that. We want you to actually write down on a piece of paper your bucket list. What are the things you want to do before you die? What are the things that are critically important to you that if you didn't do them, you're going to be upset if something happens to you and you can't do them, right? So put them on paper. One in particular is going to the Sistine Chapel and seeing that with my own eyes. That's always been on my bucket list. It's always something that's been on my to-do list, and it's actually, again, on my dream board. So we want you to really write down the things that are critically important to you, things that you would really be upset if you didn't do. And that's going to make up your bucket list. And then we also want you to think, Lorraine and I, about what does it require as you get older for you to actually do that bucket list? Do you have to have a certain level of physical health? Do you have to have a certain level of income? Do you have to maybe work a little bit longer in order to have the lifestyle that allows you to retire the way that you want to? And if that's true, how are you going to get there? And just start to really map out a plan. Because here's what happens. Here's my personal story. You get to a certain point in your life and you think, as many of us do, okay, I'm going to retire at 65, 66, 67, whatever the age is for you, right? And then I'm going to live this fabulous life in retirement where I don't have to go to work anymore, but I still have money, and I'm going to travel, and I'm going to do all of the things that I didn't have time to do while I was working. But here's the rub. If you don't plan, whether that be financially, or physically on how to actually get to that age when you can retire and be able to take advantage of those things, it might not work out the way you want, right? And my personal story is this: the reason I'm late on getting on our broadcast today, and I'm on at 5 instead of 4, is because my mom, who's 82, broke her foot on Saturday. And I can tell you that my mom's version of 82 is not a woman with a broken foot. It is not a woman that is trying to heft herself from one wheelchair over to the commode, over to the bed. She's having a really hard time. Why? Because she's not physically fit in her upper body to compensate for the fact that her lower body is now damaged. It's one of those things that we don't think about until it's like right in our face. And as I'm watching my mom since Saturday try to do this, it's really striking home with me that, like, wow, this challenge that Lorraine and I had come up with to write out your bucket list and think about what healthy aging means to us is so timely as I'm watching my mom struggle. And I'm watching her be frustrated and angry and like, this isn't what I had planned. And that's exactly what this whole challenge is about, is to get you intentional in your head about, I want to be able to do these certain things on my bucket list. I want to live a lifestyle that allows me to play golf or do bowling or whatever it is, the things that you love and enjoy. We want you to be able to be healthy enough to do that. And that's what Lorraine's mission is to help people age better and get to a point where they're still healthy and active and vibrant in the years that would be considered your retirement years, so that you can do all the fun things that you put off while you were busy working. And so that's what this whole challenge is about. So we want you to kick that bucket list. We want you to write it all down and then really think strong and hard about, how does that actually look? How much money do you need to make that happen? Where would you live if you were retired? I always joke that I'm gonna, dye my hair like fuchsia pink, like this color here, and I'm gonna go live down in Boca Raton, and I'm gonna wear a tutu, and I might wear underwear or not. I don't know. We still haven't decided. But like, I'm just gonna be like those crazy old ladies that people are like, oh my God, what's she up to? But again, that requires a certain level of health, and so in order to get there, I have to take care of myself now. And that's what we're asking you to do, is just to get really intentional, really focused on, what does it look like for me to turn 70? What kind of health do I want to have? What kind of income do I want to have? What kind of stuff do I want to be doing? And how am I going to make that happen? And then just track it back. Track it back a little bit. If you're 40 now, you've got X number of years to plan. But this is just getting you focused on, what does it look like to you? And so many of us know older people that are very active and very vibrant. And we also know people that aren't. And what are the differences? How do you get to be that active, vibrant person? And if you're not quite sure, maybe it's time to start talking to some people. Maybe somebody like Lorraine, who's specializing in healthy aging, to help you kind of supplement what you're doing and figure out, how do you get there? I know for me, watching my mom, I'm like, oh, I need to start working out my upper body. Let me tell you, because if you can't walk, you got to you got to be able to lift yourself with your upper body. And so, I got to stop thinking that strength is always going to be there. And so those are the types of things we want you to think about with this challenge. Certainly you can share it with a friend or a loved one, and then definitely come back and share it on Tuesday, on Takeaway Tuesday, as we talk about what this challenge meant to us and what we got out of it. I'd love to see a list of your bucket list, all the cool things that you want to do as you get older, and some of the things that you started to think about as you started thinking about, what does that actually require in terms of income and health and activity level and all of that. So we'd love to hear from you on Tuesday. Sunday night, I'm going to post my interview with Lorraine. She's going to tell you all about what she does with Isogenics and just basically her mission to help people live healthier into their older age. And she does a great job of that. She's a wonderful person. I'm sure you're going to love to hear her interview. So we will check back with you with that on Sunday. In the meantime, get out there, kick that bucket list, and of course, if you haven't already, jump over to YouTube, subscribe so you don't miss any videos, and don't forget to comment, like, and share on the Facebook post here so I can add you to the raffle. I will be posting some raffle winners from the last couple of weeks. If you haven't won a raffle yet, you still have time. Just like, comment, and share below, and I'll make sure you get counted for this week's raffle. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.